Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to Doing Dinner on 90.7 WKGC. I'm Chef Chris, and today I want to take you somewhere slightly warm, very rustic, glowing, lots of candlelight, where the air is full of the scent of fresh earth. Ryan, are you getting an idea?
Are you taking us into a Courier and Ives paint? Okay.
No, I'm not. But it's not that. I mean, yeah, I would love to paint that picture, actually. Roasting squash, and here comes the hints. Autumn spices, lots of laughter around a long farmhouse table. And today on Doing Dinner, we are calling our dinner party a harvest table gathering.
Well, I like that. Seems very fitting for the season into which we are heading.
It is. It is the season that we are going to head into here very soon. Actually, today is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Chef Chris.
I'm 38 years old. My birthday is the first day of fall.
Oh, my sister precedes you by one day. She's
the 22nd.
She was on the 22nd.
Yeah, so it depends on the solstice on if it falls on the 22nd or 23rd, but I like to always say it falls on the 23rd. My dad's birthday is on the first day of summer.
Oh,
and my
how
daughter,
poetic.
Yeah, my daughter's birthday is the first day of spring.
Oh, I see. I sense a pattern.
There was a pattern. There was definitely a pattern. But of course, harvest table gatherings, we're talking about all the things that grow really great in the summer, and you pick them in the fall. So a lot of times we think of things as being summer vegetables or summer types of things, but they grow during that period, but they're not eaten during that period, right? So
so you're setting up a farm-to-table.
Yeah, farm-to-table style celebration here, and we're going to base it in the Panhandle of Florida. So everything we talk about today will be like things that are currently growing or happening in the Panhandle. So, it can still be pretty hot, unfortunately.
It gets too cold for me here in the wintertime. So I last year when I saw snow, I was ready. To pack my bags.
It was your first year here,
and I know. And so that's the bar. The bar has been set for. I move from my home of 15, 16 years to a place
Tampa,
where
Florida.
It snows, and I was.
It doesn't snow here. It did snow, but it doesn't snow.
I was beside myself that whole time. But we're not here to talk about the snow. We're here to talk about the farm-to-table.
The harvest table.
The harvest table dinner party today. I can already see the decorations, which I know we'll get into later, but I'm already painting
lots of burlap.
A picture. A lot of burlap.
A lot of burlap.
And plaid, I'm guessing.
Yeah, of course. Does anybody not look great in plaid?
I think everybody looks great
Everybody
in plaid.
looks great in plaid.
I'm wearing plaid today.
You are wearing blue and white plaid, which is cool, Brian. Yeah.
Not very autumn-y.
No. This is more Easterish, but, to paint the picture, Ryan is wearing a blue and white plaid shirt, everyone. But anyway, so the idea of today's show is a communal table, communal meals, where friends and family join, and we kind of share platters of food. Or we can do. I haven't planned this menu yet. Like, it's going through my head. Like, I know what I want to do, but for historical context, like harvest festivals or fall festivals. Yeah. Which is what this is, right? We are throwing a fall festival at our house, essentially. Did you ever go to fall festivals whenever you were in, like, elementary school?
Only the ones that, for whatever arcane reason, churches refused to call Halloween parties, and then they would call them harvest festivals, even though it was the same exact thing. So unless you're referring to those, I don't think I've ever been to a proper fall festival. There is one to which I will be going that perhaps qualifies, and that is the Peanut Festival in Dothan.
I mean, that's a giant festival. It's not small.
Oh, would you call that an autumn or a fall festival?
I would call that a fair.
Is that more? Oh, that's more of a fair. Well, then perhaps I haven't been to a proper autumn or
like
fall
a
festival.
Elementary school fall festival are fun because they have a couple things that I love from my childhood. And number one is, have you ever done a cakewalk?
I've heard of cakewalks, but no, I don't think I've ever attended one.
So imagine musical chairs.
Okay.
Okay, so we all know what musical chairs are.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine these numbers on the ground, and then basically you walk in a circle to music, and then you stop on a number, and then it's kind of like musical chairs mixed with bingo, and then they draw a number out. And that number could be, let's say it's number 17. If you were standing on number 17 at the moment, you win a cake. An entire cake.
Oh.
An entire cake. Cakewalks are the best.
And now that you've described it, I am failing to see the connection to the idiom that was a cakewalk. And
Yeah.
I wonder how that came.
I don't know.
how
I don't
that
know,
came into
but that's a
being.
good one. That is a good question for AI.
Because it usually is you're referring to something that's very easy.
It is.
So
yeah.
I'm not sure.
But the cakewalks
connection
are
is.
easy, and you just
Okay.
walk around in a circle like musical chairs. The music is playing, and when the music stops, you stop, and you stop on a number. And if they call your number, you win a cake.
Oh, I have a variation of that I just thought of. What do you think about this? Maybe this is something that could be integrated into the harvest table dinner party. You take that same idea where you have the cakes. Say we have like a 6 or 8 foot round table, and you have the cakes all around the table, and with the no numbers this time. So it's just the cakes are in a position around the table. The music plays. You walk in a circle, and then when the music stops, you're in front of a cake. That is the cake that you get to try. So you get a slice of that cake, and then the music plays again, and it keeps going around, and it's kind of it's prompting you, if not forcing you, to try different cakes because otherwise you may not have tried one of these cakes around the table. You wouldn't have tried it.
No, you wouldn't have tried it.
Yeah,
because we all have our favorites. Like I love coconut cream pie or coconut cake.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to a place in Charleston, South Carolina that makes the best one, but which you can order, and it is fantastic. It really is a great coconut cake. It's from Peninsula Grill, and it is fantastic. It's 18 layers.
Oh my goodness!
It is. It's wild. But I do think that fall festivals are a celebration before winter, right? Like that's what they are.
What's the harvest?
If
we're looking at this through, if we take ourselves back to more agrarian times, there were festivals. They turned into more like carnivals and fairs today, but the original idea was to celebrate the harvest. I mean, the whole original Thanksgiving was in part a celebration of the harvest. Of course, it was a lot of seafood, which doesn't appear on a lot of Thanksgiving tables.
No, but it should. Here in the Panhandle, it will. Like on our menu today, we're definitely having seafood.
Okay.
We're 100% having seafood. I know that. Angela, the former co-host of mine, would have hated that. She didn't like seafood. But
no seafood at all?
No, Angela did not like seafood. But I think that harvest is like very much, this is what we have now. Yeah. This is what we're thankful for. These are the stories that we share of our families. Mm-hmm. I think all of that happens during that time, which is kind of cool, And, here in Bay County where we live, it has to do with like a lot of gathering neighbors or just like any other place where everyone is bringing side dishes. Someone's bringing something that's homemade that you've never had, like goat butter.
So this is going to be more potluck style?
I mean, it could be. It could. Okay. You could ask people to bring stuff. Okay. You could, yeah. Or
maybe the host provides the main entree, couple of sides, and then others can fill in the rest of the table with creations of their own, still keeping with the theme of the harvest.
Yeah, because we all have different, like, nearby growers, nearby farmers that we know that we want to use their stuff.
And it supports their small business.
Yeah, it supports small business, which is great because I think that the farm-to-table movement or meaning behind that, like, technically all of our food comes from a farm. All of it. The farms just not be good.
Maybe it comes from an aquaponics or aeroponics base somewhere. Is that still a farm?
I mean, that's still a farm. It's still a farm. I mean, you farm raise oysters in the water. Just because it's in the water doesn't make it not a farm. But, so we kind of source from different people. Like, I have my favorites that I've always bought from, Forgotten Coast Farms, which we'll get into here in a little bit, who make what I consider the best, who grow and raise the best chickens in the world. To me, they're fantastic. Like, it's really good. But, and then we start going into what's growing right now local to us. And for us, Ryan, it would be like what's growing right now that we need to harvest in the Panhandle of Florida, which is different than most places. And actually, we're in a very unique position here in 2 growing zones. So we have 2 different, very different temperatures. We have a coastal temperature that is more in line with what Tampa is in Central Florida. And then 40 miles north of us, we have these regions that can get pretty cold pretty quickly, you know. So a lot of the things that are growing here right now are a lot of fun. And then that makes the menus just like really dynamic and interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to it. My mouth is watering already.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you got to. I mean, when we talk about some of the vegetables that are growing right now, the things that we're going to harvest, like we're still harvesting avocados in Florida. Mushrooms we harvest year round.
Much to your chagrin.
I mean, yeah, I don't like avocados, but peanuts, lots of peanuts go on right now. That's why you have the roadside boiled peanut. Have you ever stopped at a roadside boiled peanut stand?
Roadside one, no, but I've certainly had boiled peanuts. Actually, over, I think it was when I was home for Labor Day weekend, it's Labor Day to celebrate my birthday, that my sister made a vat boiled peanuts with Old Bay seasoning. Oh. And I got to tell you, it was just the right amount of Old Bay seasoning on the peanuts. It wasn't overpowering. It was just a hint, I guess maybe the proper term, a hint of the flavor of the Old Bay seasoning on the boiled peanuts. And I really liked it. So I'm hoping that she makes them that way in the future.
Okay. Well, I mean, boiled peanuts are a big part of our culture here. You can drive down the road and find somebody selling them on the side of the street, which is quite interesting. It's our form of street food stalls, I guess. But anyway, peanuts are right now, late in the season, at the end of the season, peanuts. You're boiling them, you're cooking them, you're roasting them, whatever it is you need to do to them to let them last the winter.
So other than maybe peanut butter, what is your favorite way of preparing peanuts? Boiled?
I love boiled peanuts. Yeah, boiled peanuts are great.
Have you made your own peanut butter before?
Roasting
them?
Yeah.
Can you describe that really quickly, how one would make their own peanut butter?
You need a high-powered, like, food processor, like blender. And then you can roast the peanuts, take them out of the shell. It's so much work.
Okay. Is it cheaper just to...
For what Jif costs, I don't understand how. But I'm sure it's a mechanical process. But
so it's like churning your own butter.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, but you're going to spend $20 on your churned butter versus just
buying $5 butter.
And
just buy the butter. I mean, go to Publix and you can like grind your own peanut butter if you want, or Whole Foods or Fresh Market, whatever it is. But do I think it's worth making? No.
Okay.
No. I do think that some of the things worth making in this end of summer, beginning of fall here are, I mean, we have okra, we have southern peas.
Ooh, fried okra.
Yeah, fried okra is delicious. We have eggplant. We have tons of different squashes that are like...
Eggplant parm, most overrated dish
It is.
ever.
It is very...
I don't understand the fascination with eggplant parmesan.
Chicken parmesan is much better. Yes. Especially if you use great chicken. But I guess if you're vegetarian, eggplant parmesan fills your need. But greens, so think like leafy vegetables, mustards, collards.
Ooh, collard greens. I love collard greens, turnip greens. I was at a restaurant on Sunday for dinner at which I had fried chicken and turnip greens.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fried chicken. That's a great Sunday dinner. Yeah. We might have fried chicken show up on this menu, maybe. I don't know. I'm unsure. But, you know, all of these things are growing in our areas at the time. So we want to use everything that we can use that is current to us. Like, I have some friends at North Florida Farms, which is just south of Tallahassee, and they're good at doing, like, all organic salad greens and a bunch of different herbs and squashes, end-of-season tomatoes, because we have a very long tomato season in North Florida.
You said end-of-season tomatoes. So does that produce a different tomato than, I'm guessing, what would be an early or mid-season
Yeah,
tomato?
it can. Tomatoes usually grown in the middle of summer are a little more sweet. As they age toward the end of summer, I tend to think that they get a little more bitter. So a little more like, I wouldn't say harsh tomato flavor, but that's what it is. It's like, for someone who doesn't like tomatoes, they might not like end-of-season tomatoes. They just have more acid in them.
Okay.
The days are longer. They're hotter. The things are getting more acid in them because of the environment. So
at this point, we're probably not having fried green tomatoes on the menu because that would have had to have been.
Yeah, that would. Green tomatoes are green because they haven't turned red yet. Most of the time. There are some tomatoes that are just green zebras would be one of them that are just naturally green.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's different types.
Huh.
So some of the end-of-season varieties, especially when you get into heirlooms, are really, really good. So tomato salad might show up. And then like Forgotten Coast Farms, my friends in Bristol, Florida, who raise pastured poultry and free-range eggs and bunch of pastured chicken and pork. I always love to use them. You can find them at the Panama City Farmers Market every Saturday. They're amazing.
There's a farmer's market. I was unaware that there was a
If
farmer's
you aren't going to
market
the farmer's
in
market
area.
in Panama City, you're missing out. It is a fantastic farmer's market.
I should attend that sometime.
You should. It's on Saturday mornings. It's downtown. I mean, right now it's spread out because there's some construction going on downtown. But if you go to downtown Panama City and you go to the farmer's market, you will have many a good things to choose from.
Are there gonna be a amuse bouches?
There's not amuse bouches. There are. Some people do like little Costco samples.
Okay.
Sam's Club samples of their products. But
see, I'm learning. You're the proper chef term.
Yes,
proper chef
amuse-bouche.
terminology. Yeah.
We will have a amuse-bouche on this menu for sure. No doubt about it. We have to. But yeah, so Forgotten Coast Farms, they raise amazing chicken. They are there every Saturday. It is well worth the price. And then, some of the people I've bought from over the years, like Twin Oak Farms, which are on 30A, or not on 30A. They service mostly 30A. They're in Bonifay, Florida. But, chickens, pigs, fruits, vegetables, all kinds of different stuff that you can find from these local farms that these people work year-round. That's their full-time job.
So one really could have a farm-to-table
Absolutely
menu during the week simply by going to the farmer's market, because it sounds like the farmer's market runs year-round. Is that correct?
Yeah, it does. It is harder in July and August because so much stuff just is not harvested in our area.
Still growing at
it's still growing, or it's the end of season for stuff that was in spring.
Oh, okay.
We get some stuff into April and May, but really it's August and July are tough months.
Okay.
But the rest of the months are amazing. So we get 10 great ones and 2 bad ones. And our bad ones happen to be summertime when we're just eating fried shrimp anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I think to shop seasonally at a party like this makes it a lot of fun. Because then you dive into the idea of, I don't know what I'm making, right? Like, I don't know where this is going. I'm shopping from a farmer's market. I kind of have an idea of what I might see, but I go to the farmer's market every Saturday, so I know what's coming or what's going or what's in the season and in season, out of season. But I know that, like, the fall leads to cooler nights and shorter days. Okay. So, and like I was telling you about earlier, like, the sugars concentrate differently in the vegetables. So, like, with a tomato at the end of season, it's not going to be as sweet as it would in mid-season. It's just not. But you get cool things like squash and sweet potatoes and a bunch of root vegetables. And then darker leafy greens like collard greens and turnip greens, which you said you like collard greens.
I do. I like
which
both.
Is shocking to me.
I like both collard greens and turnip greens.
Yeah?
And mustard greens.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like all the greens.
I do.
So, I mean, but those types of vegetables lead into some really cool places. Very forward on smoky and earthy, little bit sweet, crisp textures, lots of crunchy things, peanuts, walnuts, pecans, or pecans, depending on where you're from. We could have the pecan-pecan argument. What do you call it?
I grew up in a family that says pecan, but I've long since shed that, and I do pronounce it what I consider the proper way, which is pecan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pecan. Pecan is the proper way.
No, but I'm originally from South Carolina, so very much pecan country.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this either, but fall and winter are citrus season in Florida. So we a lot of times associate things like orange and lemon and lime and mango with summer. But the fact of the matter is they grow in the winter here.
Yeah, that's my grandmother, before she passed away, had many fruit trees in her front and back lawn, only one of which produced fruit in the summertime. The rest of them, and I don't remember what variety of grapefruit or orange they were, but the rest of the time they produced in the fall. And so I've gone out there, grabbed them in the morning, cut them in half, put them on the juicer, and created usually orange grapefruit juice, because I'm not a fan of grapefruit juice by itself, but I like it when it's mixed with orange. So I would put those two together.
Okay, well that's cool. Well, so by now I hope you can smell the roasting squash. You can see the candles flicker. You can hear laughter drifting across this harvest night table. And up next, me and Ryan are going to walk you through a 5-course menu inspired by all local bounty here in the Panhandle of Florida. It's going to be simple and warm, but just enough flair to make this gathering unforgettable. Stay with me on Doing Dinner. I'm Chef Chris, right here on 90.7 WKGC. Welcome back, good listeners, to 90.7 WKGC. I'm Chef Chris, and this is Doing Dinner. We're here with Ryan, and we hope you're ready to talk food.
I know I am. After that opening, I'm dying to hear what this menu is going to, what it sounds like, and more importantly, what it's going to taste like.
This is going to be fun because I want to take our listeners, Ryan, through 5 courses. I think that this has to be a course dinner.
Okay.
Each one is like weaving in ingredients that grow in our area. So lots of local meat, lots of produce, and then the flavors will also feel familiar, but a little elevated. So we're not going crazy caviar on this show today.
Okay, no caviar.
No caviar.
No caviar. I'm disappointed.
There's no caviar today, unfortunately. We've gone 4 shows in a row. Somehow we incorporated caviar into Barbie, but I think that every farm-to-table gathering deserves like a little culinary sparkle, because we are letting the ingredients shine, but let's also use our talents, right? So, let's build a menu.
Okay, let's dive on in.
So, what do you think? I know what I want to do for a amuse-bouche.
Well, I like the idea of nuts, so I could see some type of nut inspired, whether it's walnuts or pecans. I could see some type of nut inspired
pecans.
Pecans. Amuse-bouche maybe, but it's also maybe savory. Oh, what about this idea? What about miniature, like sweet potato soufflés or some other type of like sweet potato casserole with pecans on top? But you could do like the small version, maybe a little bigger than a amuse-bouche typically is, but very much bite size. Yeah,
you could hors d'oeuvre size. I do want to use sweet potato on this menu.
Okay.
And I want to use it on course number 1.
Speaking of sweet potatoes, can you tell me the difference between sweet potatoes and yams? Because I would imagine there is. Are they just 2 names for the same?
No, they're different vegetables.
They are.
I think they are. Yeah, but the cool part about sweet potatoes is they do grow well here. Sweet potatoes, the number 1 state in the country that produces sweet potatoes. You would never guess it.
Okay, number 1 state, sweet potatoes. Well, Idaho is famous for the steak potato, so I'm gonna say it's probably not them, because you said not expected. So I'm gonna go way out there, and I'm gonna say sweet potatoes, Minnesota.
No, I guess. I mean, you got the first letter right.
Okay.
Mississippi
for sweet potatoes.
Mississippi produces 3 very large crops a year. One is sweet potatoes. The other one is catfish.
Okay.
And the other one after catfish is THC, which is wild. But they do.
Sweet potato pie, would that be a product then of Mississippi?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Sweet potato pie. I mean, yeah. But I think because we're basing this off the Panhandle, I think our amuse-bouche needs to be an oyster.
An oyster, okay.
Yeah. Do you like oysters?
Yeah, oysters on the half shell,
definitely on
saltine cracker, a little Tabasco sauce, butter.
Yeah, and I want to put like some butter and some pancetta or like salted ham, country ham on top of it. So I want it to be extra salty, and then I want to have this really sweet, like orange juice foam on top. So it's like,
I didn't realize you could dress oysters in such a
oh
fashion.
yeah, for sure, yeah. Like, so take the oyster. I want to lightly smoke it over some hardwood, apple, pecan. Pecan would be a good
Hickory,
one.
maybe.
Hickory would be a good
Mesquite?
one. Mesquite's more Texas, but
Oh, okay.
anything that grows here, citrus wood, any type of wood that's local. Smoke these oysters real quick over it, and then you can pop them a lot easier that way. Yeah,
okay.
they open up a lot easier, and then maybe put some like country ham that's just been cooked down, lots of fat in it, and delicious. So it's salty, and then I want to do so with the ISI whip. It's called ISI, and it's like a soda siphon. You can create foams in it, and I want to make this like orange juice foam on top of this oyster
oyster.
Yeah, it'd be very different, but
it sounds colorful.
Yeah, very colorful, very good. This like mute orange foam on top of an oyster with country ham. I think it will be delicious. Yeah, and then we can get into sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And I like making soups.
Oh,
Unfortunately, we live in an area where it's hot 10 months out of the year, so we don't. I'll go ahead.
Snows the other two.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. I like eating soups in the summer.
I make chili in the summer. I make vegetable stew in the summer. I will make a dish that I had at a local restaurant called swamp soup. And I liked it so much at the restaurant that I looked at the ingredients, said, I can make this at home. And I did make it at home. And so it gets its name from the collard greens that are in the soup. But I have that in the summertime. The Dolly Parton's Pirates Voyage opened in the summertime. They're well known for their creamy vegetable soup. I bought myself some when I was there, and I made it at home. So I have soup year round.
I think soup is
chili's delicious year round.
Yeah,
which I consider I put in the soup family. I know it's not a soup, but I put it there, and it's delicious.
Yeah. So I want to do a sweet potato soup with some like roasted fennel in it. And then I want to do a pecan gremolata. Gremolata is like a Italian condiment. So it's imagine kind of chimichurri style, but it has nuts in it.
Oh.
So yeah, so imagine chimichurri that has nuts, and then that will be our sweet potato soup, which will be a beautiful color.
Like how you would crush up pine nuts in a
pesto? Exactly like that. So gremolata is kind of like pesto, but usually they use a different nut. They don't use pine nuts. Pesto is almost exclusively pine nuts, but. Yeah, I think it will be good. I like sweet potato soup. I like to combine sweet and savory, especially if it's done right. And then, just you can get sweet potatoes right now at the farmer's market locally that are fantastic. Like they will blow your mind. They're so much better than the stuff you will buy in a store, especially if they're grown by whatever farmer is selling them. But you can find them right now at the market. So sweet potato soup with pecan gremolata, I think is going to be fun. And then maybe like a dollop of daisy on it. I like sour cream in soups.
I put sour cream. I put sour cream in my chili. Yes. I don't think I've had sour cream in any other soup, but I regularly put it in my chili.
Loaded potato soup, you have to have it.
Oh, I never thought about putting sour cream in a loaded potato soup.
I mean, you put sour cream in loaded potatoes.
Well, I do, but I don't know why it never occurred to me to put sour cream in a loaded potato soup.
Yeah, I mean, it works. It works. And then a dish I think is iconic to our area, but we're going to change it up a little bit, and that is pan-seared red snapper.
Oh, is that the same as what I've heard referred to as redfish?
No, redfish is a different fish. Yeah. Okay. American red snapper is probably the most popular fish eaten in the southeast United States, right? Like snapper season is a big deal, but if it's cooked right, it's delicious. And so I think we're going to do Gulf caught red snapper, then we're going to sear it until crisp with the skin on, and then we're going to make a ragu. But our ragu is going to be a little different. It's going to be very deep south style.
So this isn't like ragu from the shelf at the supermarket.
No.
So now, if you garnish your red snapper with ginger, can you then refer to it as ginger snaps?
I mean, that's a great idea, Ryan. Most people would consider me a ginger snap. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could. Great dad joke, world class. But yeah, I think some seared red snapper with this ragu of tomato and okra. So like stewed tomatoes and okra is a very classic.
My grandmother used to can it. She would can it, every autumn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she would probably can them and then never eat it.
Well, she would send lots of jars back home with us, and I can tell you how my mom often used the tomatoes and the okra. She used it in stews. Mm-hmm. So if she was making a stew that had a tomato base, she would often use the tomatoes and okra.
The okra is a natural. It naturally thickens. That's how gumbo gets thick.
I didn't know that.
Okra, yeah. So I mean, it has a roux too, but a lot of times the okra helps thicken it. So I think that we do that, and then we serve this fish over some local stone ground grits, which you can find multiple places at the market. Tanya's Garden on Highway 77 has it, but there's a ton of different places that you can find local grits. McEwen and Sons, Tarpon Dock Seafood has it. But local grits are going to eat infinitely better than
I don't think I've ever had
quick grits.
Local grits. I've certainly had shrimp and grits many places, and grits part of many breakfasts growing up, but I don't think I've ever had like home stone ground grits before. So that would be new for me.
So imagine these beautiful grits with lots of butter and salt, because they're going to be delicious. A nice piece of roasted pan-seared fish over the top with this like tomato and okra sauce that your grandma used to put in a can. Like that's what we're going to put on top of it in a jar. Yeah. She canned it, but she jarred it. Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking for our fish dish. I think the fish will be delicious.
A lot of contrast in the color too.
Yeah,
I like
there is.
This is because
yellow,
autumn,
red, green.
It is a very colorful season. Maybe not in all areas of the country, but in many parts of the country, autumn is very colorful, and I like how you are bringing those autumn colors from various regions of the country into this dinner.
Yeah. And then that's the second course. So we still got a main.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I guess I need to wear my elastic pants.
You definitely need to wear elastic pants to this dinner. We're eating. And I think for my main course, which is going to be more hearty, of course, I want to use some pasture-raised chicken from Forgotten Coast Farms, who I just adore. And then I want to brine it. So sugar, water, salt, honey.
A sugar and a brine. When I've heard brine before, I was under the impression that it was just salt water with whatever seasonings in there. But sugar can also be a brine.
Yep,
I did not know that.
It can. It helps out. It does. And then throw a ton of herbs in it, like rosemary, thyme, oregano. I wouldn't use cilantro or basil. They're too floral. You want very like harsh, like hard herbs to absorb into that chicken. And then
sage.
Sage would be a good one as well. And then I want to roast the chicken after we take it out of the brine. And one thing that people need to do when they're removing chicken, you should always brine your chicken. It's going to make it infinitely better. Especially at home.
Is that like overnight, 12 hours, 8 hours?
12 hours. 12 hours is fine, yeah. Or even a short brine. A 4-hour brine is better than none.
So could you use a big Tupperware bowl and put the water in it, and so you could do it. So you don't need anything fancy to brine your chicken.
It's kind of like a marinade. It just makes it taste better.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I want to serve that with this like collard green hash or collard green slaw. So we're gonna roast the chicken. We're gonna cut it up into 8 pieces. Just salt and pepper on it. That's all you need.
So would this be like coleslaw, but instead of with cabbage, with collard greens?
With collard greens, yeah. So, which makes sense because collard greens grow in our area at this time. And then kind of do like, this one's going to sound a little crazy, but I want to do like a peanut gravy.
Peanut gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've had peanut sauce at Asian restaurants.
In Thai food, right?
Yeah, in Thai food.
So it should work. Yeah, it should work. I mean, it should work to have this like peanut dipping sauce for this roasted chicken with this collard green coleslaw, and I think it will be delicious. Yeah, I think it will be really good. And it would just be like peanuts, and then like probably some chicken stock, maybe a little bit of acid, whether that's citrus or vinegar or whatever, and then some jalapenos maybe that are roasted, which would be good.
You lost me there.
What, you don't like jalapenos?
I don't like jalapenos. I don't like spicy. I don't like super spicy.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's not going to be super spicy. It's just giving it a little.
If you remove the seeds, I do like cheddar jalapenos, as long as the seeds have been removed.
Okay. Do you like the jalapeno biscuits or no? You didn't eat the jalapenos at the baseball field with the.
No, I need the cheese, not just because
everyone
of the flavor,
loves cheese,
but the milk neutralizes a lot of the spice.
It does.
Which is why if you eat something spicy, listeners, don't grab for a glass of water, grab for a glass of milk.
Yeah. Or eat a piece of cheddar.
Or that too.
Yeah, which is more delicious than the milk.
Yes, it is.
It really is. But yeah, so I think that we roast this chicken, salt and pepper, we brine it. Then we do like this cool peanut dipping sauce with this collard green coleslaw. To me, it just screams kind of like fall food, and it's different.
Yeah.
People might not expect it, so you're keeping your guests on their
certainly
toes.
did not expect the peanut sauce.
No, the peanut gravy is something I thought
gravy,
about. Peanut gravy, yeah. Which is
like anjou, maybe?
No, it's a gravy.
Okay.
It's thicker, but you can still do it. Like roast the peanuts and blend them into the sauce. I think it would be good. And then for dessert is fun because we do have fun things that happen in the Panhandle of Florida in the fall, and one of those things is figs.
I like figs.
I love figs, and another one of the things that we get is called satsumas.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with satsuma, so you may have to describe that for me.
Okay, satsuma is a citrus that is traditionally from China.
Oh, so we have Asian-inspired peanut gravy, and now Asian-inspired. It's a fruit, right?
It's a fruit.
Okay.
It's like an orange. It grows in backyards here like crazy.
Is it like is it persimmons?
No, it's not a persimmon. It's it is a citrus. It's like an orange. Yeah.
Huh.
Satsuma is like an orange, but they're easy to peel. They're delicious. You can eat them right off the tree. And I want to do like this fig and satsuma honey chantilly like tart. So imagine a fig and orange tart that has like this Tupelo honey chantilly cream, which is basically just whipped cream.
Okay.
On top of the tart, and then I want to do like a muscadine grape wine reduction over it. So it's very, very local to us.
Mm-hmm.
Muscadines
the
grow
Tupelo wine.
Tupelo honey.
Learned of that from Weewahichka, home of, I guess it's the official home of the Tupelo honey. Muscadines, I'm hit or miss with them because perhaps it's because my only association with muscadine grapes is wine, and I'm more of a dry wine individual, so the muscadine is typically too sweet for me. So how do you foresee the muscadine being too sweet in the dish that you just described?
No, because there's so much acid in it.
Okay.
So we have that orange flavor, right?
Okay.
But the muscadine wine is reduced down. It's into like a syrup, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. It is going to be a sweet dish. But it also will be very buttery because we need to put a bunch of butter in our tart shells. But you can buy tart shells at your local supermarket.
Those are those little, like they look like miniature pie shells.
Yep, that's exactly what they are. Yeah, and they're good. Like you can use them. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah,
I've made my own pie crust before, and although I'm not a professional chef like you are, I find that it is just a lot easier to go and buy the pie crust.
If you got a big staff, make them make it. But if you don't, go to the store and buy it. I think for this, the pie shell we should use is the flour one that has lard and butter in it. So it needs to be super flaky for it to work.
Okay.
Yeah, and it needs to be very savory. It doesn't need to be a sweet pie shell. So no graham cracker. I wouldn't do that. But it would be good. Figs. Satsuma oranges, this like honey whipped cream on top made with Tupelo honey from Weewahichka, of course, because that's where Tupelo honey comes from Tupelo trees.
Okay, I did not know that.
The Tupelo flower is how it produces.
Tupelo honey, and then the movie Yuli's Gold, Tupelo honey. I didn't know that Tupelo was a tree.
It is a tree.
Oh.
And the flower is where the bees pollinate, and then they make Tupelo honey from Tupelo trees. Yeah, and Tupelo trees happen to grow in the Apalachicola, Chipola River region, which is where we live, about an hour from here. Yeah, it's pretty cool how it works. That is a great movie, by the way, for those that have not seen it.
Yeah, Yuli's Gold, 1997. Yeah.
Great movie. But yeah, so local figs, local satsumas, baked in this like really rustic tart crust that's buttery. It's nutty. It's I think we should serve this warm. Yeah, and it will be delicious. Maybe even a scoop of vanilla ice cream on it because a la mode. Yes. And you can find we have a great ice cream producer here in North Florida. Yeah.
I did not realize there was a local ice cream producer.
A Cheesy Creamery.
Cheesy Creamery.
Cheesy Creamery.
Oh, Cheesy Creamery.
Yeah. They're in Grand Ridge.
Oh, Charlie's?
No, they're not related to Charlie's, but they're located in Grand Ridge, which is cool. Yeah, so they're very, very close to where we are at, and that's nice, So now that the menu is making our mouths water, Ryan, and hopefully yours too, 5 courses all connected to who we are in this season. And up next, how to bring the magic home, decor, entertainment, setting, games, how to make your harvest table gathering not just a meal, but an experience. Stay tuned. You're listening to Doing Dinner with Chef Chris on 90.7 WKGC. Welcome back to 90.7 WKGC. I'm Chef Chris here with Ryan, and we're all set with this meal in mind, Ryan. And I think now it's time for us to build our atmosphere, huh?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, because
after all, that is the first thing that people encounter. Even before they've had that first amuse bouche, what they've encountered and what they have digested at this point is the atmosphere of the dinner.
Yeah, because food tastes better in the right light. It tastes better when there's people laughing. It tastes better when there's great music. It definitely tastes better when there's a crackle of a fire and rustling of the leaves, right? Like, fall is the best season. There's not a better season than fall.
Or if you have a gas fireplace, play some crackling noises.
You can do that on your TV now. You can literally play that. So this is our final segment of the show, and we like to always talk about decor and setting and games and entertainment, of course. But we really want to turn this harvest night into a great memory for everyone. So from setting and ambiance, what do you think, Ryan? Like, I think you have to have burlap.
Oh, yeah, burlap and plaid we mentioned earlier.
Gotta have plaid.
Lighting with a yellow hue, none of this blue and harsh white light. Lighting with a yellow or an amber color temperature to it. And then I also see vegetables, whether you pick them up at like a floral shop and they're fake or real, as table decor.
For sure.
So grabbing apples aren't native to this area, but apples and oranges and other fruit, and kind of like that what you might find in a Horn of Plenty, and using that as inspiration for perhaps the center of the table table centerpieces, and paper lanterns. I like paper lanterns.
I do too. I think that we could do some paper lanterns for this. And I think from a communal setting, long wooden farm table. I like the idea of not having seats, but having benches.
Benches, yeah. Which I've seen in shopping around for a dining room table a couple of months ago. I saw that it seemed to be a trend gaining popularity.
It definitely is.
In that you'd have at a table for, say, 4, 5, or 6, 3 of your seats would be
at a bench.
Yes, and then you have the bench. So
yeah, I think that it makes it more comfortable. It's not more comfortable. It's more settling to me whenever people are sitting like that. It gives this picnic table vibe, but it's not a picnic table, which is what we kind of want to go for.
It's warm and inviting.
It is. It is very warm and inviting. And from no table cost, but definitely a table runner. Maybe those vegetables through the center of the table, like we talked. Burlap running down the center of the table. Or linen in very natural colors. So like whites, tans, creams, rust, gold, sage would be a good color at this. Maybe like toned down oranges. We don't want too bright of an orange, but sometimes it's scary using the color orange. And people should get over that because orange looks great on people naturally, and a lot of people, especially fair-skinned folks, but also it can look good on a table if it's done in the right way.
Like a muted, maybe tangerine
Yeah,
color?
like a tangerine color. And especially if you're
burnt
using
orange, maybe.
Yeah, if you're going to use it for a centerpiece, a burnt orange would be nice. Even like a birch type of color would be cool. I think having fake fall leaves everywhere is a great idea. Candles, small pumpkins. And I think for candles, we need to like do clusters of candles at varying heights. I love that. I love it when you see that, when you walk in somewhere and they have like 7 or 8 different candles burning, but they're all different levels of height and different styles. I like seeing that. When we do the dinners at the college, we do a lot of candles because I think they make people comfortable.
Always a very nice statement, and they're inexpensive.
They are inexpensive, and you can put them in something else that's very inexpensive if you want a classy,
maybe
like
a
mason jar,
like a hurricane, like the top of a hurricane lamp, and you have the candle candle in that shape. Yeah,
and that would look great, or mason jars with flowers coming out, and then candles floating.
I see mason jars used in a lot of different ways as decor at dinner parties, particularly. I've seen them a lot at weddings in recent years.
For sure. They've become very popular because they're inexpensive and they look good, right? And they're practical, which sometimes when we're doing a dinner party, we have to think of inexpensive, practical, and something that our guests aren't going to be uncomfortable
by. You can buy a whole,
12 of them for $12.
Yeah, I see them at a lot of dollar stores.
Yeah, dollar stores, Dollar Generals, Walmarts, they're all there. So I think twinkle lights or Edison bulbs must have. Strung over the table. Yeah. Yeah. And then that's just going to add to the candles and the votives and all of that. I think at each end of the table, you need to have a burning fire pit. And it needs to be like that crackling, right?
Because with probably some of the hardwood that you used earlier in preparation of the food.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And even because it is our area, I wouldn't mind on our table, Ryan, having some like driftwood or shells. Because it kind of goes with who we are.
I like the way driftwood looks as a decoration.
It is. Driftwood is also a really cool plate. Like you could put things on it, like little small amuse-bouches. Oh. So you could have those sitting there. You could have like oysters sitting on this driftwood as people sit down.
I like the idea of the oysters that you described earlier being presented on the driftwood.
Yeah, and it would look great. And I think we want to have lots of corn on the cob.
Oh, I hate
Ryan is
corn.
Ryan is going to go off on his tangent right now about corn.
Not like.
I love corn, by the way.
Only corn I like is popcorn. That's the only. I don't like it roasted. I don't like it boiled. I don't like it candied.
Creamed?
I don't like it creamed. I don't like corn. I don't understand corn, Chef Chris. Corn.
Why not?
It's not a vegetable at all. So parents, when you say kids eat your vegetables and you hand them corn, you are lying to them. Corn is not a vegetable. It is filler. It is the kind of thing that we get, the sugar that we say we don't want corn syrup in this, that, and the other. And yet here we are serving up corn on a plate when simultaneously we buy stuff that does not have corn syrup in it. It is a filler. It is sugar. I don't think it serves any kind of purpose at all, except it looks nice and a corn of plenty at Thanksgiving.
It is delicious.
And no Mexican street corn either. I don't get that either. I see people that go crazy about Mexican street corn. I'm like, why? I don't understand. No corn except popcorn.
I mean, I think cream corn is delicious. If made properly, it's pretty good.
I tolerate cream corn.
I tolerate. Yeah.
Well,
okay, so we won't have any corn at this party because Ryan is totally against it. But when we talk about some of the entertainment, some of the things that come to mind to me are, if you can afford to have someone playing acoustic guitar, you should definitely do that.
Maybe banjo?
Banjo. Yeah, I was going to say like folk, bluegrass.
Steve Martin on the banjo. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, yeah. Southern folk music, Americana music, very instrumental. But I love that. I also love the idea of storytelling at an event like this.
Ooh, ghost stories.
Ghost stories. Maybe some of the folks that are older could tell some stories too, because they tend to have better ones, right? They just do.
I have a reason for that. It is because they just had far more practice telling stories instead of having their faces glued to screens.
To a TV or a screen or a computer, and they just had to talk to each other. So having someone there telling like myths or stories would be a lot of fun, right? Like, especially if you find someone in your area who can do that. I think that's cool. I do think if it's a fun, lighthearted party and it's not so on the elegant side, doing pumpkin carving. Everyone doing a pumpkin.
I love carving jack-o'-lanterns.
Me too. It's such an underrated thing. But imagine you're in a room with 20 people and everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And that's cool, because then you get to see like, oh, this person really is good at that. And they just didn't cheat like they did last Halloween.
It's a way to also showcase perhaps a particular fandom you have. So you can integrate familiar images from, say, movies, TV, comic books, and you're able to put that on the express it on the jack-o'-lantern. One of the tools that I started using a few years ago, a friend of mine throws a big Halloween party every year, at which there's always pumpkin carving. And there is this tool that you could attach to a drill. So you cut open the pumpkin and you scrape it out as best as you can. And there's this tool. It kind of looks like a paint mixer that you put on a power driver, and you turn it on, and it just like spins all the guts from the pumpkin, and it makes it a lot easier and a lot cleaner when you're in there carving it. And so that was I don't own one, but I remember it being described to me as pretty cheap, and it really saved a lot of time on cleaning out the pumpkin.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that. That's a great tool, actually. I mean, we could make pumpkin pie, too, at this thing if you wanted, but I think pumpkin decorating in the fall is just something that needs to happen. And
you should have, you could do what a friend of mine does who attends the party, and he doesn't carve a pumpkin, he carves a pineapple.
Oh.
He does. So he's the lone carved pineapple out there. And I like it because it shows that you can apply the same idea of carving the jack-o'-lantern to something that is perhaps a little bit more eye-catching, which is a pineapple.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
People are going to look at the pineapple first, for sure. I think if you can figure it out, and I would do this at my party. If I was throwing this party, I would have someone in a tractor give hay rides.
That's fun. I do a hayride at a haunted attraction in the Tampa area every year, and when this haunted attraction added the hayride about 2 or 3 years ago, it was a big hit. Yeah. I loved riding in the back.
I love hayrides.
I don't care that it was 80 degrees outside. No. It made it so much more fun.
It did. Hayrides are very underrated, and I think if you could figure it out, and I'm sure you know somebody with a tractor.
Or four-wheeler.
Or four-wheeler, or anything that can pull a trailer full of hay, which is the point of a hayride. Like, it must have hay in the trailer, right? I like that idea. I think it's fun. It's very fall festival. It's very harvest nighty. I think if there were kids at this party, they would get a huge kick out of that.
Big kick out of it.
Yeah. And, hayrides aren't just for kids. I think we need T-shirts that say that. Hayrides aren't just for kids. Like, I like hayrides in fall, too, in plaid and denim, Like,
you can look like every town festival from any given CW show.
Yes.
Because
they all are on CW show. They have not incorporated cakewalks yet. I'm so disappointed in this. But, I think a hayride is good. Or you could, if you can't do a hayride, like a walk at night under the moon with everyone just like talking about whatever it is that we're doing. And that's fun. But I think that you have to keep in mind one of the things that if you are going to have a festival at this time of the year, it is bug season, which kind of sucks. That's not fun. Mosquitoes are not fun. They're the most useless thing on the planet, I think.
They seek me out like a heat-seeking missile. They will find me, and there's only one mosquito repellent that I have found that works for me, And I wish I had learned of this repellent a long time ago. But I swell up. I'm allergic to bees, and probably in that there's some kind of allergy that I also have to mosquitoes and the like. And so they find me. Like no one else will be bothered by the mosquitoes, but yet they will come to me, and I've yet to figure out what that is. And unless they happen to also be fans of the Versace cologne that I wear.
Oh, they might like Versace. Mosquitoes are bougie. You heard it here first on Doing Dinner with me and Ryan. Mosquitoes like Versace cologne, which is, I'm not surprised. Everybody likes Versace. I do dinner parties, and I like Versace. So, yeah, I think the hayride, you got to be careful of the mosquitoes. Having some bug spray for your guests at an event like this is going to be a good idea. Or if you have like a netted tent, or you can do those really pretty cool mosquito nets that drape now.
I've seen those.
Which are amazing, right? Like you can drape them from oak trees, and they look super elegant and really fun.
It may be inspired by plantation homes I've toured over the years, often have mosquito netting over the beds, representing what it would have been like in the 17th, 18th, 19th century. And it does make a very elegant statement if arranged in the right way. So I like how you can take that same idea and apply it to your outdoor party or your soiree.
You have to, because then you just get ate alive by bugs, especially if you live in the southeast United States like we do, which can be quite not fun.
But the unofficial state bird being the mosquito.
What is our state bird? Flamingo? In the state of Florida?
Actually, that is in the works. I read an article about a week ago that there is, I don't know how serious this push is, but there is a push by, I think, some elected officials to
make the flamingo
the state bird.
I would think that flamingo would be our state bird in the state of Florida.
They're in plenty of lawns.
And parks through Central Florida. All the parks through Central Florida. And we're not talking the themed ones. But anyway, this was Doing Dinner today, guys. Thank you for listening in. We talked about our Harvest Night gathering, which is amazing. And we talked about local vegetables and all the things that you should do with that. I'm Chris. This is Ryan. This is Doing Dinner on 90.7 WKGC Public Media, Panama City. And tune in next week. We'll have something good cooking up for you.